Welcome gamers, today we're going to check out Operation Thunderbolt. This is a classic arcade light gun game developed and published by Taito back in 1988, and it's actually the sequel to Taito's earlier classic arcade light gun shooter, Operation Wolf. So despite the change in name, it's based on the same series. In fact, players take on the role of the same lead protagonist from the original game, Roy Adams, but the storyline progresses quite a bit in the new game. So in Operation Thunderbolt, a plane has been hijacked by terrorists who are holding its inhabitants hostage and demanding that authorities release terrorist prisoners within 24 hours. Otherwise, they're going to take out all of the plane's inhabitants. So this game's a little bit different from Operation Wolf in that you have these varied sequences between being a side-scroller and a forward-scroller. And so it starts off with this forward-scrolling element, which was not something you typically saw in the original Operation Wolf. It was a side-scroller, and this is a side-scroller too, and it seems to flip back and forth throughout each progressive stage of the game. You have cats. You shoot the cats, and you basically get more grenades. Now, one thing to note about this game, it starts off kind of boring. Like, these first couple scenes just are not that exciting. Later on, you have tanks and Humvees you battle, warplanes. I also noticed it takes quite a bit longer just to reload your weapons in this one. It's an auto reload feature, but it's kind of slow. And there's one of my grenades, my bombs that I just set up.
Made contact with intelligent agent and obtained information. Confiscate ammunitions and means of transportation.
And so you're basically trying to save the hostages. This one is a lot tougher because these guys are throwing grenades at you. And there's these ninjas, those purple guys. They throw bombs and knives. You can see there's just a ton of them. I definitely found this game to be more challenging than the original Operation Wolf. Look at all this stuff they're throwing. It's just ridiculous. Graphics-wise, I didn't see any improvement with this game versus the original. Same kind of like cheesy 8-bit graphics, but you know what you expect. This was 1988. And so in later stages you have like locked doors that you have to break the locks to free the prisoners, and it gets really complicated because the prisoners just come out in droves and they mix in with the enemy terrorists that you're trying to defeat. It's kind of hard to miss them at times. So now we're back in this forward scrolling element again. And that is the end of the second stage.
Arrive at enemy hideout.
From a perspective of how challenging this game is, I actually thought this was a better game as far as its challenge goes. You can see I just freed one of the hostages. Got that cat. Oh, whoops. See what I mean? They jump out in front of you. In front of the terrorists. You got these guys that kind of come out from the top of the screen. This is one of the end bosses. Whoops, I just hit one of the innocents. So that's the end of the third stage.
Rescuing hostages. Head for enemy headquarters.
Whoa. There's a little bit of lag in here. I'm emulating this in MAME. It's not perfect. The first stage I didn't think was all that great. I thought this was a lot cooler. This is sort of like a swamp stage. There's a lot more enemies.
Arrived at enemy headquarters. Rescue hostages.
And as far as the arcade version goes, this was very similar to the original Operation Wolf. You had that Uzi with the recoil effect. You see, they jump out right in front of the terrorists. Wow, this is so ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about. It just gets really, really tough here. They're throwing so much stuff at you. Bombs and grenades, knives. Whoops. Whoops. Holy. This is one of the end bosses.
Succeeded in rescuing hostages. Secure escape
Mission
route.
7. Now we're back into forward scrolling again. Wow, I missed that.
Secured a passenger plane for escape.
And this part is pretty cool. Now we're actually on the plane. And this gets really crazy because you can see they're throwing so much stuff at me. And it's really hard just to miss the hostages here. And of course you only have so many bullets a clip, and like I said, the reloading is kind of slow. Not the most compelling of graphics. Alright, this is tough. There we go. I noticed that the enemy bosses in here don't take a lot. The pilot is dead. Escape is impossible. Crap. Yeah, that's really tough because if you kill the pilot, then, which I did on accident, then you get the bad ending. But oh well. So anyways, that is Operation Thunderbolt. Many thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. And until next time, take care.